from RTO here. Welcome to Pick a Mix, where we do something different every week on a Thursday. And this week it's In the Camera's Eye, where we look at DVDs and VHS videos and sometimes concerts on YouTube. Now this one, it is of DVD and Blu-ray, and it is the full concert is on YouTube. And it's from Alan Parsons, One Note Symphony, live in Tel Aviv. Now this was recorded on the 11th of February 2022 in Tel Aviv with the Israel Philharmonic Orchestra. Now joining them, of course, would have been Alan Parsons on vocals and guitars, PJ Olson, who's been working with him for many years on vocals, Danny Thompson on the drums, Guy Erez on bass, Tom Brooks on the keyboards, Todd Cooper saxophone and vocals, Dan Tracy guitar and backing vocals, and Jeff Coleman, a great guitarist, on lead guitar and vocals. So there's a mixture of Alan Parsons' project stuff and his solo stuff. We've looked at his work, and there's not many bad albums in the collection. So the first track on this DVD is actually the name of the DVD itself, and it's a track off The Secret, and it's One Note Symphony. Really good live. It's even better than the studio version. The studio version is fantastic, but the live version is just great. Then we go back to the project days and an album called Eve. Now, not particularly a favourite of mine, this album, but the live version of Damned If I Do is fantastic. Really strong song. Staying with the Alan Parsons project, we go to Ammonia Avenue, Don't Answer. Great track. Today it sounds fresher than it did on the album. Then we have The Brilliant Time from Term of a Friendly Card, which is a fantastic album. Great version of it. I love it how he brings these songs to life live. Brilliant. Then we go to the iRobot album, which is a fantastic album, and Breakdown. Again, I think this sounds a lot better with the orchestra, and I must admit that on the iRobot it does sound a little bit dated. It's still a great track, but it sounded a bit dated, but freshness of doing it live with the orchestra was brilliant. Then we go way back to the Tales of Mystery and Imagination and The Raven. What a version of The Raven. It's one of my favourite tracks off that debut album. It's brilliant live. Wonderful. Then we go back to The Secret for The Miracle. Fantastic little track that is. Then we do a thing called, he calls it Luciferama. Now it's a blend of Lucifer and Magma Magma from that first appeared on Andrew Powell's 1983 instrumental album, The Best of Alan Parsons Project. Fantastic how he glues two great songs together to make one brilliant song. Let me go to another one of my favourite albums from the Alan Parsons Project. Everyone's one of their favourites. It's The Eye in the Sky, and the track is Silence and I. Again, wow, he's just got so much freshness in these classic tracks. Pop back to iRobot for I wouldn't want to be like you. Again, the freshness has brought life back into these fantastic tracks. We stay with iRobot for Don't Let It Show. Absolutely wonderful. Then we go, we have a bit of the Sorcerer's Apprentice from The Secret. Just great stuff. Then we go to Goldie, which again is not one of them albums that I'm not really... I like it, but it's not one of my favourites. But the version of Standing on Higher Ground on this is just super. Then we go back to The Secret, which was the album that he was promoting at the time for a bit of As Light Fall. Fantastic version, of course. And then we stay on that album for I can get out of here. Wonderful live. It's a great album, The Secret, and the tracks sound even better live. Then we have Prime Time from Ammonia Avenue, thrown in with Cyrus from Eye in the Sky. Wonderful. Olden Wives from Eye in the Sky. Lovely to hear these tracks brought back to life. Then we go back to the Tales of Mystery for The System of Dr. Tarr and Professor Fether. Sounds a lot better. I think it's really, I love it how they've gone back to these really early tracks and brought them out and tarted them up a bit. Absolutely brilliant. Then we go to Turn for the Threat of the Friendly Card for Games People Play, one of my favourite tracks off that album, and a great way to end this concert. Once again, there's so many great concerts of Alan Parsons out there. I love how this one incorporates both Alan Parsons and Alan Parsons projects. I think the only criticism I've got of this, there's not a version of Turn of a Friendly Card on here, which is my favourite track. But on that, apart from that, I love this. It's good quality. It sounds great. I've not got this, but it is on YouTube, and I do like playing it. And the orchestra, the Tel Aviv orchestra, is really good as well. And it's nice at the time, you know, Israel's not in the best place at the moment, but it's nice to put this and say this is, hopefully they'll get back to doing these great concerts. I will put the link into the whole concert in the description today, because if you're a Alan Parsons fan, you're going to love this. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. Okay, that's all for videos today, but we'll be back at 8 PM tonight for a live stream, and tomorrow live album ranking, bit of prog for you, the wonderful Annie Haslam and her band Renaissance. And we got a one-off album tomorrow from the Vaughan Brothers, and it's just called Family Style. So that's all coming up tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you on the live stream later. Bye for now.